that time again. You know it well, I know it well. We do it every year. It is time for a bit of a spring cleaning of my closet. And this is one of those things that I like to do for a few reasons. Number one, it helps me just check in with what I have, what I need, what maybe I need to replace that I've kind of forgotten about. It also just helps me have more space, especially when you consider these big boots right here. I have some summer sandals. I like being the person who has maybe less to look at when I'm getting dressed, or if you're like me and you have more of a consolidated closet space, it's nice to just only see the things that you really need to wear, want to wear, or want to like pull through. Just extra options in my eyeline. It's nice to remove it because it's less overwhelming. So I do this every year, and a lot of the times I will do it in a few ways, but this year what I think we're going to do is I'm going to do a first pass of anything that I think I might want to sell. And I actually was thinking up until this morning that we would be getting rid of this skirt. I'm still TBD on if I feel like this particular style of skirt is flattering on the pear-shaped body. I also feel like it could be a tailored thing. I didn't wear it with Spanx today. We are still holding out space for her, so she is a potential option. The other thing I like to do with this is that anything that I'm kind of about, but I might want to give it another chance, or I might want to like set it aside to see, oh, I'm going to be really excited about that next spring, I will put in a vacuum seal bag underneath my bed. So there tends to be like a rotation of things that go under there. Maybe it's stuff that's like slightly too big, slightly too small. There's like a pocket of that while I have space to store that. And then anything that I'm just not vibing with but might want to keep later, there are inevitably those pieces in my closet where you just look at them and you're like, I hate you and why are you still here? Now, my biggest goal is I want to swap over all of my shoes, specifically pulling out a lot of the boots. So like anything that's really seasonal tends to go here. We've collected a lot of white things, but this is kind of the easier rack for that, especially for taller shoes, because it's just so much more of a seamless process and like trying to shove all of my like taller boots in my shoe storage in the closet. And then we might take some of the jackets out as well because they really just bulk out the space. So my main goal is to get it all switched up. Let's talk about some of the styles that maybe were my most worn over the last year, and that like the styles that I feel like are really already in my closet that we're going to get a lot of use out of in the next year, and then, or at least in the next few months, and then show you some of the new pieces that I've been picking up. So we'll do a little bit of everything. I'm also keeping in mind the fact that I need to pack for Atlanta this weekend, and for whatever reason we've decided to do, I don't know if call it a cold front. It's a bit chillier than I was expecting, and so I know that there may be some pieces in here that aren't necessarily spring summer friendly, but they need to stay in here a little bit longer. But like obviously not that many, because y'all, it's only like 3 days. I do not need 10 pairs of shoes for 3 days unless we're shooting and then I'm changing outfits, but that is not happening. Let's take a look at what we're starting with. Let's start with jackets, and I honestly feel like that's going to be a big help because it's just such a bulky part of the closet. I could really do with a few more spring jackets. That's like in my mental list of things to invest in or to keep an eye on, but there are a few that like I know I'm not going to touch. This guy, I love her. This giant North Face. If you've always been like a Canada Goose girly, which I fell in love with when I was on set and I really wanted one, but they weren't in my price range yet. This guy saved me so many times when I thought I was gonna freeze on productions. So we love her. I love this long black coat and my like long pink coat from J.Crew that I got over the holidays. We will keep those in the closet. This puffer from Petal and Pup is honestly really great, especially if you live in like southern climates where you don't need something like super heavy. She looks a little bit more cozy. She looks a little bit more bulky, but she's actually quite thin. So we'll put her to the side because I don't think I'm going to use that a ton. I have not really given this guy her due, and I don't know how well she fits. So we're going to set her aside to maybe try on with some of my Atlanta outfits. This was something that I bought before we went to Paris, and I really like just the uniqueness of it. It's really great if you're wearing maybe like a skinny jean or like a more simple legging. It might work with flares. I haven't tested it that way, but I really do love this jacket. I just don't feel like I gravitate towards enough, mostly because of where it hits as far as the legs and the waist. It can look a little bit off if I'm doing like dresses that are maybe mid-calf, or if I don't have on pants, which I wear quite often, so I don't know why I pack it. I think most of the time this is one of those that like if I'm feeling like I'm going to be cold and I'm going to be out doing stuff, I try to wear a longer coat for practical reasons because my legs tend to get really cold in the middle. But she could be something that we try to see if like she's worth keeping. My beloved fur coat, I feel like I only pulled her out for a hot minute this year and she got some love, but like I'm not, this is like my built-in Paris souvenir and She is never leaving my side. I love her forever and always. And I do have a lot of fitness stuff in here. I feel like this unstructured blazer is something that maybe could find a little bit of time away. I don't feel like I'm gravitating towards that right now. I feel like I'm a bit more in a structured blazer kind of mood, but we'll think. Now that I'm saying that, we're gonna give her like a break from the wardrobe. And I do have this jacket in both black and white, and I feel like I don't wear her enough. There's one of those things where she's a little bit snug and she doesn't necessarily fit over the shoulders as well, so I have to be mindful about that. If I don't feel like I'm getting enough use out of her, this is one of those that I would definitely want to find to a new home over the next year, just because she's really cute and I just don't want to keep her if I'm not getting enough wear of her, or if she's just a little bit too kind of tight in the arms. Maybe that's something I could get loosened though. Okay, I never wear this super long black cardigan from Banana Republic. You would think that I might, but I don't. So I think we're going to donate her. Or we might wash her and put her on ThredUp. I need to check the current rates. I have a blog post on the difference between selling on ThredUp and Poshmark. And there are a few things that I might end up putting on Poshmark, but ThredUp has changed their terms and their pricing, and I probably need to go back in and update that for you guys. But it's there if you have any questions and are curious about it. I don't wear this guy very often. It's like meant to be a jacket, but it's a nice, just easy option to keep in there. It's not very fashionable, but like sometimes you just need like a grungy whatever, and there's one of them, she can have her own home. I am kind of falling back in love with bombers. I only have 2 in my closet right now. This is like classic Francesca purchase, but we love her. And then this one from Victoria's Secret Sport, it has this like sheer back, and it's one of my absolute favorites. I have this really long black trench from Zara, and honestly, she's ripped and she's not that great, and I'm just kind of over it. So I think I'm gonna either get her fixed or find her a new home, and everything seems to have dog hair on it right now. But like the reason that I haven't worn this, and part of why I got a new one, is that she is ripped. Although she's perfect, and if you're like a fashion girly, you know that like you want to have your black jacket options, but this one just never gets anywhere, and it's kind of annoying me. A white denim jacket and a leather jacket, I don't wear them that often, but I feel like they're just such specific pieces that I don't want to get rid of them, but you never know, they might need a different home. And then we're kind of into the jeans and the pants section, and this is really where I need to pay attention. I have my wide leg jeans, those fit. I don't know how well these fit. These are the ones that I bedazzled personally, not in the best skill set, but we tried for the Eras tour in theaters. I have quite a few skirts. I don't think we're getting rid of those. Leggings, I have one of my classic skirts from Abercrombie, and then we have these faux leather leggings that are quite thick. These guys also were purchased from Spanx. So I have 2 pairs of faux leather leggings. These were purchased from Spanx that they were really difficult to get on. And I'm keeping them for the sake of just seeing how my body feels now that I'm getting it back in balance. And if it works next fall, that's great, and I'll keep them. If not, they can leave. These guys, I love and hate them. There's little details about them where increasing my Goldilocks syndrome, but we will keep them in the wardrobe. I don't know if they need to stay in here. They might actually be good to go in the winter collection for now. Actually, both of these can kind of take a back seat into storage. Coming into the crevice of the closet, which is why I do this, I have the OG pink tailored shorts from Abercrombie, and these the hem fell out of, so they need to go to the tailor. And then I don't know that I'm gonna wear these white linen shorts. I just don't think they work for me. I also just posted a reel today on the new white pants or white shorts from Abercrombie, and I feel like those are really great. But you know, if you're a pear-shaped girly, you just have that like grip around your rear end, which is lovely, but it doesn't make for a good experience with like linen pants and linen shorts, because you're always dealing with the fact that you're dressing for your butt. So these can probably find a different home. A few more pieces that are TBD, but that feels like a good start. And I think if we do dresses and work this way, it'll be a good experience. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm trying to remind myself that in this process, if there's something that I'm not sure about, I don't necessarily have to take it out to get rid of it. I think sometimes that like prevents us from removing anything in our closet. Sometimes it's just that I don't really feel like I'm loving it the most right now, and I can take it and put it aside and see if I'm excited to see it again next year. Because there are those pieces where you're like, it was a few years old, like a couple of these dresses came from Zara and we're gonna pull them out, and I don't necessarily love them right now, whether or not that's the fit of them, whether or not that's the current way that I feel like I'm being pulled to like dress. Sometimes I'm just having one of those days where like cleaning everything is really cathartic for me, but like I'm cleaning to make myself feel better, and I'm not necessarily like cleaning with the mindset of, am I gonna want that in like a month or 2 months or 3 months? So we just like set her aside. It's like when you go to throw away all the things that you probably shouldn't throw away and your mom holds them for you, and then when you're like, hey, where's that thing? She brings it back. We're just doing that for ourselves. So we're gonna pull these two out. These gorgeous maxi dresses from Zara, along with this knit dress. I am not convinced that she is going to stay in the wardrobe. She feels like a bit more than I want. I love her in her own way, but I don't know if I love the experience that I feel or the energy. Like, I don't know if I love the version of me that I find when I'm wearing this dress. And from here, I have quite a few dresses I actually haven't worn. So you guys have seen a lot of these. This red one can stay in the wardrobe for now. All of the black options. I'm sure we'll get to the pink ones from spring. I need to be more intentional about styling this guy. You guys have seen her before. She has the low wrap, but I've not worn her yet. And this one still has the tags on it. And I think I'm gonna look for an excuse to wear her this weekend because she's just so pretty. We have our corset dresses, which we love. This blue dress, which I think I bought at the end of last season. This wrap dress, I don't know if I've worn her, but she should live in the, if we don't wear her, she needs to like find a new home kind of category. I don't love this dress. She can go. I don't love this dress. She can go. I don't love this dress. She can go. I have yet to wear this blue one that I got from TikTok last year, or because of TikTok last year. I have a bridesmaid's dress, and I'm not sure that I love to keep this one. It pops up in photos every now and again on Pinterest for me, and I like in the stuff that we shot, and it's one of those like I love the photos, but I feel like there are pieces that you buy because they work for the time being and they get you into clothes and out of the house, and that might fall into that category for me and not necessarily the version of like the wardrobe that I want to build long term. So progress. Let's talk about shoes. We have quite a few boots and quite a few chunky pieces that can go away, but as I'm saying this, I don't know if I have enough like zip vacuum seal bags for that. But let me show you what we're working with as far as the shoes go, keeping in mind that this actually needs to be organized, and also all of my shoes have to be elevated or up somewhere because my dog loves to take them outside as a way of getting you to come play. Okay, so shoe storage is a bit of a mess because I haven't really worn a ton of stuff in here in the last few months, but we have all of the options, and you know what, there are a few things in here that I want to get rid of, and I'm kind of just like, do I have another option to replace it? Because that ends up being the thing for me, is I don't love it. I would love to get rid of it. And what I might do is maybe move it to, set it aside and put it in like a basket, and that way if I absolutely need it, I have it, but with the intention of replacing it, because I don't love it and they don't feel like me, but they're still in here and it bugs me to have them in a space where I'm looking constantly. It might sound ridiculous, but I just really like, I want the aesthetic to be there of what I'm doing to get dressed in. If you're wondering what that painter's tape is, by the way, at some point I had intentions to redo this closet and I kind of taped out how I thought it would go, and we haven't gotten to that. So we're just living our best life. But there are a lot of running shoes. There are a lot of shoes kind of all over the place. So let's go through. I already know I absolutely hate these shoes. I know these were like so popular with all the fashion girlies a few years ago, and if I never ever saw these again, I would not be sad. I'm saying that keeping in mind that they're really great for like wedding outfits and dresses and stuff like that, but I am like places where you need a chunkier heel, but I really don't love them. I also don't adore these guys. They're fine, but like they just don't feel like the best version of me. I never wear these, and I don't know if I want to keep them or if they're something that can just go in a different home, but they are unique in that way. And I do love a classic St. Needleman, but either way, I think they need to be clean and stuck in a bag. Alright, so we have the classic over-the-knee boots, which can go back into storage. I actually never wear my Tory Burch sandals anymore. I feel like I had a love for them for a really long time, and these aren't as worn as some of the other ones. These might be a Poshmark sale, they might be a thread-up sale, one of the two. I don't know if I want to fuss with them on thread-up, but we'll clean and get rid of them. Topshop do for the Chloe boots that actually need to be replaced because they are peeling, but we will set them aside as a reminder to do that. And then I have my very tall boots that I don't feel like are a thing that I'm wearing right now. My child is just so happily talking. But these are wide calf, and we know that that's like a challenge to find. So we're not gonna get rid of those because there's like a special practicality until we can find all of the boots for all the wide calf girlies. Do you think I'm gonna donate these and these? I don't love either of them, and they were definitely like buy because I needed an option or on the journey to finding my best running shoes. So hopefully we can find a better home for both of these. And then these guys are coming into season, but I actually don't know if I like them or if I want to keep them. And I bought them last year in hopes of like testing out whether or not like the style before I bought the Dior's, because they are a cute little sandal. But honestly, there's something about this like wider style that I don't necessarily love for me. And so just bought a few pairs, and that's probably what I'll show you next is all of the stuff that I've bought so far this season that I'm loving, but I'm not 100% sure. So we will put these in like a range over here where I can see them and potentially decide to style them, because sometimes if I'm unsure if I want to keep a piece, I will put it in this area where my eyes go when I'm styling the most often, and otherwise we can give them a new home to a friend. Let's talk new in because we have quite a few options. So you guys have seen me style these a couple of times already. These are from Dolce Vita, and they are such a just a fun little nude shoe. I love the leather Bottega sandals. I feel like Victoria from In the Fro has worn them a ton over the years, and I didn't necessarily want that, but I like the little mesh moment. It's also one of those things, as a Florida girly, shoes are really important for style, but also for like regulating my temperature and like a practical side of things. And these have already been a great little option. I need something for my outfit and I can't quite figure out what it is, and I want a simple shoe. I just bought so many pairs of sandals from Target, and these, it's a bit excessive, of course. We don't need all of these, but I wanted a few things to play with. And if you're in your bridal era, they have plenty of very cute shoes. So we have these nice little flowered sandals. I will say I've already worn a few pairs of these like out and about, and I'm so surprised just how comfortable they are. But like from a softness on the out, like on the base, but also like inside, and the fact that nothing has worn or like hurt my feet, like I haven't gotten any of the blisters from wearing them, is such a good testament to them. I have loved and worn my Chloe sandals for the last few years, but I wanted something that wasn't as like woody or chunky, something that was more of like a black option. And as much as I love the Dior ones, I wasn't so in love with them that I wanted to invest in them. So these are a nice option. I know Steve Madden's had a few pairs, but like it just never really felt like the thing I wanted to buy until I saw these at Target. I also have them in the white option, which I feel like is probably more wearable, but the black option just gives me an alternative black sandal. And then we have these lovely pearls. The other pair of shoes you guys have seen me talk about a little bit are these ballet flats from Dolce Vita, and I was gifted these and the other like mesh shoes, but honestly they've been such like a standard for me. If you guys saw my post about like getting into a car crash and having some back issues and kind of having to wear flats for a week or so, you know that A, was a struggle because I'm a heel girly, but like these came in so handy for that. But they're just also just a great like slip-on shoe in a way where it still makes your outfit look really intentional and elevated, and it's also just going to add a little bit of fun. So they have a couple of different variations. We'll say Dolce Vita is kind of crushing it in the flat game. If you're somebody who is ready to embrace the ballet flat or ready to replace some ones that you've been wearing for a while, I have really been loving these, so I will link all of these down below. Now we do have the metallic boots, these boots to put up, and then my classic like little ankle booties or like above the ankle booties from Schutz. We're not getting rid of these because these are just such standards for me. But the other pair of shoes that's on the chopping block is this pair, and I'm not sure what the brand is. Is it 42 Gold? I bought these during the Nordstrom sale last year, and it was taking me a while to find the outfit that I wanted to style them with. I had the opportunity to wear them the other day, and I did like a walk from one side of the house to the other side of the house because our house is quite long, which is a good test if I actually want to determine if I'm going to wear shoes out of the house. And they're a little bit toe pinchy, so it doesn't really fit the vibe. They're very cute, but like that just, I can handle the heel and the discomfort there, but if it feels like the front of my foot is being a little smushed, she's just a no-go for me. Like that's a pain that I'm not willing to endure as a woman. The other thing I want to throw on your radar because we're here and we're talking about this, is shorts. I will probably do some kind of comprehensive guide on the blog for you guys as to maybe the shorts that I'm loving this season, something that's easily updated with links and options as they change, because a lot of times what happens is brands will switch things and it just becomes challenging for you to shop. But I also just want to make something that's like a good piece of content that we can actually rely on, and those take a lot of time. So I ordered these from Spanx. They just came in. I did a try on this morning. First impressions are great. This is one of those times where I am so excited about a product that I'm getting, and I purchased, of course, but like one of those things where it feels really rare to find it and have a really good experience on the front end. And you guys have seen my Good American challenge. You know that like that's a challenge. But for me, these have the lining on the inside, so you're not having to worry about that. They cover everything. They're really nice. There's like the coverage on the back. I will link the video down below so you guys want to see all of that. And then we've talked about it a little bit. The tailored shorts from Abercrombie, they come in a couple of different colors. They used to only come in like maybe small, medium, large, extra large, and this year they've gone and done it in like individual sizes. I have a comparison of the size 14 and the 16, or at least kind of a side-by-side of the size differencing and like the details to pay attention to in a blog post, so I will link that for you, because I ordered 2 different sizes to kind of see which one I thought would be the better fit, which one I liked a little bit more, and maybe the detailing on some of the things that like felt important, as far as also like how to know which size to buy if you're shopping. Is it closer to what you would get in a skinny jean, or is it closer to what you get in a straight leg jean from Abercrombie? So I will link that down below. Those have been great. And then I picked up the mom short high rise from Abercrombie in the curve love, and those are actually quite comfortable. I still need to do a full day wear test on them because I do feel like they might be a little bit stiff and kind of riding up in the center, but like first impressions are there. So let's just like put a pin in that for coming back in maybe midsummer when I do more of an updated shorts thing. But I've been trying to get my hands on as many pairs as possible, because a lot of times the sizes that we want sell out so quickly, or we just aren't aware that they're there, or we can't get our hands on them as fast as we want to. So if I can find something while it's there and in stock and like tell you guys about it, I'm trying to do so that you have the jump on actually having clothes that you want to wear during spring and summer this year. But if you are looking to clean out your closet and need a little bit of motivation, I hope this helps you. And if you are excited about more spring and summer style, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I am trying to upload new videos every week. We have a lot going on right now, and I'm just taking it as it comes. So there's always some kind of styling content somewhere, whether or not it's shorts or another platform or on the blog. So wherever you enjoy following along, I would love to have you there. Let me know in the comments below what you're the most excited to pick up or what you're the most excited to wear. If you are doing a little bit of cleaning this week, drop a thumbs up in the comments. I would love to know who else is like cleansing their closet in anticipation of warmer weather and getting to wear all of the fun, colorful things for spring and summer. So I love you. It is a good day to have a good day, and I hope you'll have a beautiful week wherever you are. Bye guys.